Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. In today's video, I am responding to Stephanie Lange. That's me. This one is a weird one. I am reacting to my own video. I put up a video a few days ago in which I was discussing the alleged use of Photoshop and Facetune by none other than the beautiful Gigi Hadid. And in the video, if you guys haven't seen it, I was discussing why someone who is so beautiful and has literally made an entire career since she was a child because she is so beautiful, why she should feel the need to alter her looks for social media, because I personally think it's crazy. Now, considering that Gigi is indeed an influencer, yes, I know she's a professional model, I know she is a celebrity, but she is also an influencer. I mean, she has over 78.8 million followers on Instagram alone. Can you guys even comprehend that amount of people? So considering that she is such a huge influencer and she is a model and her career is based on her looks, I think it's a fair topic to discuss. Quickly, in response to the resounding comments that I had on that video, no guys, I'm not using a filter here on YouTube. I film in my garage, okay? My garage is gloomy, it is dark, so I have studio lights, and I have done my entire YouTube career, and yet it's only recently that people are like, you're using a filter. Guys, I'm not using a filter. Let me show you. Hello, this is... I'm still here. This is me with the studio lights off. This is how dark my garage is, which is why I have studio lights, as do most people who do YouTube. If you look at finance YouTubers, they have lighting. If you look at cooking YouTubers, they have lighting. It's all part and parcel of making YouTube videos these days because, number one, nobody wants to watch a YouTube video with poor lighting. Number two, nobody wants to listen to a YouTube video with poor audio, hence why I also use a microphone, but nobody has an issue with that. But I will get up close to my camera and show you that the closer I sit to my camera, the more you can obviously see my skin texture. I'm sitting a good 2 meters away from my camera, and obviously when you're standing 2 meters away from somebody and they've got bright lights in their face, you're not going to be able to see their skin texture as clearly. But I'm not using a filter. Now, the backlash I got on that video was... I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was shocked. Shooketh. One comment that I kept seeing over and over and honestly made me want to bang my head against a brick wall is that I am bashing women, I am shaming women, I am scrutinizing other people's faces. And honestly, it's kind of starting to annoy me because in my mind, that is quite literally the opposite of what I'm doing. I am a woman, I am for women. But more importantly than that, I stand for the underdog. I always have, it's just in my nature, I will always stand up for the underdog. The way I see it is that it is the average everyday woman like me who is the underdog. And by underdog, I mean women that aren't rich influencers, women who aren't professional models, women who aren't celebrities, women who don't technically fit the current crazy beauty standards. It is for the women who feel insecure or who feel like they are not good enough, or the women who look in the mirror and honestly want to cry because the image they see reflected back at them is not one that they are happy with. It is for those women that I make these videos. I don't make these videos for the celebrity. I don't make these videos for the influencer. And trust me, doing makeup tutorials and doing vlogs like I used to do, that took a heck of a lot less time, a heck of a lot less effort, and made me a heck of a lot more money, and yet I find myself doing these videos because I feel like this topic for women is not really spoken about enough. In the men's sphere, and especially like the men's fitness sphere, there are so many YouTubers and Instagrammers that call out and discuss unrealistic standards when it comes to men and fitness. But when it comes to women, we can't do it because then we're seen as shaming or scrutinizing or bashing other women, and it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that by me sitting here talking to a camera in my dusty garage, that I am somehow the problem. Yet these beauty standards and the people in positions of power who perpetuate them for money and fame, they're not the problem. I am. I personally think this topic is so important because what we see on social media and even in traditional media is not real, and yet we are being brainwashed to think that it is. And because of that, women who are the underdog, who aren't the celebrities, who aren't the influencers, who don't have millions of dollars in their bank account, who can buy a new face, they're looking at themselves and wanting to cry because their nose is too big, their eyes are too hooded, they can't get rid of their skin texture, their lips are too thin, their belly is too jiggly, they don't have a thigh gap, their jaw is too round, their boobs too saggy, their butt is too wobbly. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of it. I am sick of these beauty standards, and I'm sick of living in a society that has made women think that looking like human women with their original natural features is a flaw. I'm sick of women feeling the need to edit their Instagram pictures into a caricature of themselves because they just want to feel good about themselves for once. If you're watching this and you don't see a problem with the way that we as a society are headed and the way that we as a society view women, and you think that I am the one bashing women with my videos, then please don't watch my videos because you are part of the problem. So it got me thinking, influencers aren't actually the ones to blame for these toxic beauty standards. We are. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Why is it that we hold some influencers accountable for their editing, manipulation of images because we acknowledge that it damages other women who are looking at these pictures, and yet some influencers we make excuses for, such as in the case of Gigi. I got so many comments like, oh, it's okay that Gigi has someone in Gigi's team edits her pictures because she's a model, so that's to be expected. Oh, Gigi comes across as really nice, so that's okay that she edits her images. But then you have someone like Karina Irby, for example, who I also did a video on. That's not okay, but Gigi, that is okay. To me, it's such double standards. I just don't think we can have one rule for one influencer and another for another. Now, there have always been beauty standards back in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. There's always been different beauty standards, but now they are catastrophic. Like, humans can't fit these beauty standards. And a lot of the time I will hear people say, oh, it's the influencer's fault, it's the celebrity's fault, it's Kim Kardashian's fault, they are the ones that are setting these beauty standards. And I'm like, yes, they are absolutely perpetuating them, but we are the ones with the power here. It's actually us that are upholding these toxic beauty standards that we hate so much. But in a way, guys, it's actually quite empowering that we are the ones with the power here. It is up to us, the everyday woman, to tell the world that we are over these beauty standards. We don't want to see it anymore. We don't think that's beautiful. We don't want to see airbrush skin in the media. We don't want to see overly edited marketing campaigns. We don't want to see poreless plastic glass skin. I don't care for your snatched in waist on Instagram. I want to see your stretch marks, your cellulite, your skin texture, your scars. I want to see your real nose. I want to see the story of your heritage written on your face. I want to see your ancestors in you. The sooner we project our power out into the world, the sooner we will dismantle these crazy beauty standards and we won't be held to them anymore. And how freeing would that be? I only have sons. I don't have any daughters. And I'm bloody glad of that, because I think if I had daughters in this day and age, I would be pretty anxious for their future self-esteem. I would actually hate to have a daughter grow up in this day and age, to flip open her phone and just be blasted with this fake image of what she's meant to look like. And in her naivety, think that that is real and that is achievable and that is expected of her. And that she should then strive to look like that. Not to mention, you guys, and I'm getting really ranty here, I know, I can't help it. I just love a good rant. It's not even just static images that can be edited and doctored nowadays. It's also videos. You can literally apply body editing filter apps onto like Instagram videos and TikTok videos that snatch in your waist, that make your stomach flatter. It's crazy. And they're so good. They are so believable. Like, half the time if I'm looking at it, I can't even tell that it's fake. And I'm a 34-year-old woman who knows better. Now, another thing that I try and do in my YouTube videos is humanize people. So I like to humanize huge influencers. I like to humanize celebrities, because so often we can find ourselves putting them on a pedestal and thinking that they are somehow so much better than us, somehow so much more beautiful than us, but it's not true. Like, we are all equal in this world. They are not above you and you are not below them. And because of the fact that these women are in fact humans, they are also victims of these beauty standards. They are not the instigators of the beauty standards. Yes, they may perpetuate them, they may feed them, but they are also victims of the same beauty standards as you and I. And at the end of the day, they also feel insecure, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be editing their Instagram pictures. They wouldn't be getting fillers and injectables and Botox. They wouldn't be getting plastic surgery. It's so easy to point the finger at people like the Kardashians, for example, and be like, it's their fault. They are the ones that have made these beauty standards that nobody can live up to. And yes, they are absolutely at fault in that they absolutely add fuel to the fire with their butt implants and their rib removal and their liposuction and their BBLs and whatever else they have done, allegedly. But they are just women. And we are the ones in their comment sections telling them how beautiful they look in their obviously edited pictures with their obviously tweaked bodies and their obviously tweaked faces. And by doing so, we are the ones that are keeping these toxic beauty standards alive. Guys, this video is getting so long, I know, but I still have more to say. I know the watch time on this video is going to be piss poor because people are going to have clicked out ages ago, but I just need to get this off my chest. And I just need to know if any of you guys feel me on this, if you feel similar to how I do. Let me know in the comments. I feel like we almost subconsciously want to believe that celebrities and influencers are in fact perfect, that this level of perfection is real and attainable and achievable if we just have enough money, or we just work out enough, or we just spend more on skincare, or learn to do our makeup better. That we then too could look that perfect and our lives would be amazing. But the hard truth is, perfection does not exist. And beauty is indeed in the eye of the beholder. And influencers are not dolls in real life. They poop, they fart, they have hair on their toes and their butt. And this is why I think we need to stop making excuses for women who are in positions of extreme privilege and power, like celebrities and influencers, for their involvement in pushing these toxic beauty standards out to the masses in a supportive and kind way. So for example, if you see Kim Kardashian, for example, posting an obviously edited image, instead of fawning over it when you can see with your own two eyes that it's quite fake, calling her a goddess and a queen and all that jazz, how about instead we comment underneath it like, oh my god, what a beautiful picture, your smile is gorgeous, you look so happy, you look like you're having a great time at blah 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 event. I would love to see the unedited pictures too. I feel like that's a nice way of going about it. That way we're still hyping up other women, making other women feel good about themselves, but at the same time acknowledging the fact that the image is edited and that we would rather the reality. So I will leave you with this, my friends. If we don't like these toxic beauty standards, and let's be real, very few of us do, then we are the ones that have the power to change them. Write to the beauty brands who use obviously airbrushed pictures in their marketing. Tell them you want to see real people, real skin. Kindly suggest to influencers and celebrities that you would rather the reality over perfection. That they don't have to keep up the pretense of being perfect anymore. And trust me, I'm sure they would be relieved. They probably feel so exhausted having to live up to these toxic beauty standards. They would probably love to be able to walk down the street with greasy hair and pimples on their chin and not feel ashamed of it. Not feel like they have to put on a full face of makeup just to leave their house for fear of being photographed. They would probably love to stop farting around with Facetune before posting an image to Instagram. It's tiring, it's a waste of time, and it's not making anyone feel good about themselves.